Hello, and welcome back to Man Reborn. Going to do something a little different today because we're going to be talking about a concept and a topic that we have a lot of information to go through. So instead of seeing me bouncing back and forth between looking through the video, looking at my notes, making sure that I cover everything and I deliver how I want to deliver it, we're going to do this more of a podcast style. So um, yeah, you get to see our logo instead of me right now. The topic for today that we're going to be going through and talking about is um, discipline. What are the different types of discipline? What are they, and how do you use them? Most people, when they come through and they hear the concept topic, most people bring it up and they use it as an umbrella term. Do you do you have discipline? Do you lack discipline? But when you look through the depths of it, there's a lot of different kinds of discipline. But in this recording and what I'm gonna cover today, we're gonna be just talking about the top four, right? Which is active discipline, passive discipline, reactive discipline, and proactive discipline. And as you go through and I break this down, you're going to see the fine line between the two, but also how they're very nuanced in their own specific way. And if you could utilize all four concepts and aspects of discipline, you will be able to set yourself up more consistently in life, whether you're creating, whether you're responding, whether you're accepting without engaging, or whether you're really good at structuring for your future. That's pretty much what all of them are about. So when we hear the concept of discipline, it is one of the most prized virtues in personal and professional realms. It's often misunderstood and limited to cliches, which create rigidity or self deprivation. What we're going to be doing is looking at the core of what discipline is and how it sets you up for the future, and how you can use it to self regulate in a way that controls impulses, desires, behaviors to allow you to achieve your long term goals. Discipline looks the same or functions the same way as um, other synonyms or other characteristic traits or tools that you can utilize. And we're going to see how they all support and work with each other. The first one that we're going to be covering is active discipline. And it's the most familiar kind, and what most people say as discipline, this is more or less of what they're referring to, because it is a force that compels us to act towards our goals, even in the face of discomfort or difficulty. It is the resiliency to push through uh, obstacles or setbacks or things that kind of get in the way, a lot of pretty much all of external environments that you do not plan for. It allows you to push through them to create the actions when procrastination tries to arise. It is mostly talked about aspect of discipline. It's what you focus on that gives you energy towards your vision while working on achieving that desired outcome. And as you move along the process, that's where all the other disciplines come in. Because if this one sets you up to create that action to start the inertia of achieving, when external environments come in, and you're responding with your intelligence and your wisdom and utilizing your knowledge and putting it to use as you're creating this plan, if something comes up and you're like, that doesn't deserve my response or my energy, or the outcome of this argument or the outcome of this conversation, if it's distractive, is not going to contribute to me achieving my goals, my desires, what you're looking for. The aspect of restraint is passive discipline. And this is the most overlooked, underestimated, and mostly forgotten aspect of discipline. It's not always proving your point. It's not always showing that you're right and somebody else is wrong. It's not always, if somebody cuts you off as you're driving, beep your horn, flip them off, let them know that they fucked up. That's not always the right thing to do. Sometimes for you, being like, cool, You dismiss the energy, you redirect it in a different way, and then you move on. You're being passive in the reactionary aspect of defending the ego, and you're being responsive with responding with your intelligence to know that the outcome of that impulsive reaction isn't worth it, right? Also, when you're looking at the passive aspect of discipline, it's not just about somebody else, it's also yourself. If it keeps you from delaying going to the gym because you feel lazy, right? It's moving forward, being passive in the action of eating outside of your nutritional diet to lose weight, to gain weight, to hit a specific number on the scale based off of, what you're looking to accomplish, you know. Um, it's trying to resist immediate pleasures or distractions in favoring your long-term benefits. If your impulse of like, yeah, I want to go out with my friends, I want to go to this party and that party, and I want to go to this and eat out here and create, a community where we do all these things. If that's pulling you away from your bigger vision of your proactive discipline process, um, passive discipline is saying reserving that immediate uh, reward by knowing in the long term the reward is going to be more great and more grand. When you're looking at reactive discipline, which a lot of people function through and in because it seems almost spontaneous, right? How can you spontaneously or impulsively react to a situation that is an external environment that's immediately affecting your situation in the present moment, right? It is an immediate situation without any predetermined course of action. It may seem less effective for you or for the concept of discipline as it doesn't emphasize on foresight or preparation. But you can, if this is your function or where you function, like say you don't use passive discipline and you're constantly going out, and now you're using money, and then now you have to juggle the effects of not having the time or the finances that you need for something else that comes up unexpectedly. So what systems do you use, what kind of discipline do you use to solve that problem or that equation that just arises from not using um, not having a clear active discipline, not using passive discipline to restrict it, and then also facing the consequences of external environments as they arise. And this leads us to proactive discipline. This is something that every successful person is very, very good at because um, besides the concept of law of attraction, it is the actual steps of on a daily basis doing self-reflection, sitting down at the end of the day, writing down your goals, writing down did I do enough today to achieve my goals and to get me one step closer for tomorrow, right? What does my day look like tomorrow? How can I prioritize my time to be 1% better, 3% better, 5% better? How can I make tomorrow more meaningful than I did today, right? And obviously you can't always be on the growth and always pushing forward, but proactively, if you're disciplined in creating strategy and seeing your visionary facet and creating that aspect of discipline, that is where involving planning, anticipation, and preparing for the future allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence. So as reactive situations come up, external environments throwing in curveballs, because you have this plan and this process in place and you stay focused on a daily basis, this allows you um, the ability to see and understand what you need to do to accomplish it, and you'll have more tools at your disposal. Because if you know, right, you have this one specific goal in mind, and you sit down and you say, okay, I'm working towards these goals. As everyday life comes in, and you're pulling into the equation of the variables of life, your the 12 main significant aspects of who you are, if situations or scenarios could pop up because you're reflecting on who you are as a human, your goals and all the different aspects of who you are, and how you're looking to get there and to create resiliency and using your perseverance as to push forward, right? And obviously you can't work on all your goals at the same time. So having discipline of being like, okay, my community I need to put on hold because this goal, whether it's work, whether it's finances, whether it's whatever, right? Um, will allow you to be able to process, structure, and create that ability to move forward to be disciplined in all these different aspects. Proactive discipline, it is sitting down on a daily basis to do self-reflection, journaling about your thoughts, emotions, and your processes to accomplishing your goals. By preparing your next day just before bed and reflecting on your day, this allows you to see where you were effective, if you accomplished, or what's higher on your values and your aspirations for the next day. So we're going to put together a couple more videos about this, but this is essentially just an introduction so you can see, right? What aspects of discipline are your strengths? What aspirations and aspects of discipline do you want to work on to be better at, right? You could start seeing how different aspects of it you can utilize in specific aspects of who you are as you're moving forward, and how you can pull this together and say, okay, if instead of like, I should journal, but I really don't, see that as the aspect of discipline, being proactive. You know, I'm being really too impulsive lately. Okay, well, how do I rein that in? How do I, instead of reacting with the ego, how do I respond with my intelligence? If it's the lack of goals, now active discipline is what you should focus on, right? What do I want? What do I want to be? What do I want to do? What can I give? Right? What can I give the community? What can I give people for them to be better? What kind of knowledge? What kind of experience? It's not always about taking in the growth for you, but the growth of everybody else around you. By having those goals of what do I want, what do I need, and what can I give, that'll allow you the ability to see how you can be so. If you're always in arguments and always thinking that your definition of truth and your truth is supported by your definitions, and that is who you are, maybe being passive in overhearing somebody talk about something that you disagree in and allowing that energy to release and to go, knowing that your way isn't the only way or isn't the right way, learning that people are allowed to be different than you, and they should be, because there's only one of you, and you can't be everything and everywhere and tell other people who, how, and what to think and believe. So passive discipline might be the biggest area of opportunity for you to work on. So just replay this, think about it again, and do us a favor. We're trying to build a great community here in Men Reborn. We want to build this up and have as many minds working and walking together in abundance, in support, in evolution, and in building something so big that we all get blown away by the outcome of the situation. We want men to feel comfortable, to know that they have the ability, the strength, and the empowerment to create their own definition of who they are, of what definition of man is to them, and what better way than in a community that focuses on that focuses on emotional intelligence and self-worth and financial value and your own individualized aspect of what a man is. So share this and bring in as many men as you can so we can get this community as big as we possibly can and help change the world for the better. With that being said, I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the group. Let me know what you think about this video. It is a little different because I'm not in it, but like I said, there's a lot of content and strategy. So over time, going to cover more about Eat Discipline specifically, and as we move forward and into all the other aspects of manhood with Steen and with Jason, we hope you love the content and, get engaged. Let us know what you think, what you feel, and, let's start communicating and building this community. So thank you.